Hi Sagittarius, so today I'm going to be doing you guys' general love readings. These are general, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it does not resonate with you, don't watch the video. So we're going to get straight into you guys' reading. If there is any other signs above Sagittarius, like Scorpios, happy Scorpio season. So let's get into your reading. So listen, I already got a card out because as I was shuffling, I normally like to shuffle and pull the cards in front of you guys, but oh, the bump is getting big. I don't like it. But, you know, it looks like this card wanted to come out. So you got the Two of Cups in reverse here. So what this is letting me know is you may have felt some type of way about someone. This is your overall energy. You may be sitting in an energy of looking at situations here emotionally. It's like you knew that this person didn't feel the same way about you, or you could be in a relationship right now and you feel like this person's just falling out of love, or they don't feel how they used to feel at one point, or the love isn't there anymore. Maybe you know, some of you guys could have recently went through breakups here because you just realize you're not on the same page. You argue a lot. You're not attractive. There's no love here. There's no passion. You don't sleep together. You act like friends, you know, or maybe some of you guys think you're better as friends. Some of you guys may have met a friend, a new friend, somebody that you don't see yourself being in a relationship with. Could be someone else. Or this is just simply a situation where you're facing the other half of you and you're realizing maybe I felt like at one point, and this is not going to resonate for everybody, so you could be like, at one point I may have thought that I've fallen in love with somebody. Maybe I thought that I've fallen in love. Maybe I thought that I really did love this person, or I wanted to be with this person. Maybe I was just young. Maybe I never really felt the same way about this person. Maybe we were just good as friends, or it was the thought of me having this person, but I'm not feeling it, you know. Emotionally, I don't feel there was a connection there. Like, it doesn't seem like it was real. It doesn't seem like, rainbows are very specific, but it doesn't look like the feminine, you know. It doesn't look like you feel the same way you used to feel about this person. Maybe you thought you fell in love, or maybe you were in love at one point, and now it's like you don't see this person the same. You don't see them the way you used to. You don't see this person as your soulmate or your lover or somebody you can see eye to eye with. You see this person as somebody that you can't see eye to eye with, somebody you're not on the same page with, somebody that just doesn't get you. It's like there's a spark here, and there's love even here, but you may feel like it's not here. The love is unrequited because you may feel like this person doesn't feel the same way about you, or you don't feel the same way about this person anymore, or the situation is just unrequited. What's the Two of Cups? Take it how it resonates. Could be falling out of love as well. Look, Queen of Cups. So it looks to me like you're very loyal, very generous, very sweet, beautiful. You are in the energy of the Queen of Cups. So you were in the energy of love. This could have happened 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. But it looks to me like you may have thought you were in love. CNN is very specific here, I'm telling you. It looks to me like there was no love in your cup here. So maybe you were just generous, and you're very caring and kind, so you know how to be mindful of your feelings. But it looks to me like you may have felt like you may still be in the energy of, you know what I think it is? I think it's the separation. I think it's the fact that you guys have separated. You don't talk. You're not on the same page as you used to be. It's like, I feel like you love this person. You're just not, you want to know something? And this is going to resonate for me too. We're just not aware of our feelings. We don't know when to tell when somebody likes us. How are we going to know when we love somebody? Like, we know how to give love, but we don't know how to know that we're in love. And I really don't either. I ask a lot of people, how do you know you're in love? How do you know when somebody loves you? How do you know? If you got to ask, are you really in love? That's what we got to ask ourselves. If you have to ask, are you really in love? It just seems to me like you if you're in the energy I'm in, if your mother has never shown you that love or that compassion or that caring side, or your mother was never really, she only told you she loved you every blue moon, then you would understand where I'm coming from. Because I even told my person when I told him I had love for him, I never told him I was in love with him, because it was just like, how do you know you're in love with somebody? I genuinely don't know how to tell, because I know I have emotions, I'm aware of them, but I don't know how to express them. So it comes off as anger or aggressiveness, or it comes off as me being confused or naive or gullible. Really, I just don't know how to express my feelings. Like, I have love. I know how to give love. I'm very caring, compassionate, loyal. I'm a mother, a wife, a sister, a auntie, a cousin, and I give love to all of them. I'm loyal. You don't ever got to worry about me not being loyal. Some of you guys can have 2 dogs, 2 Yorkies, 2 poodles, 2 white dogs. Confirmation. Something about 2 dogs. But it seems to me like you know how to love, but you don't know how to tell that you're in love. And you can do that. That's a possibility, because it's like the Queen of Cups is aware of her emotions. She's very aware. So you're aware of them because you've cried, you've been caring to children and things like that. You have that empathy. You just don't know how to express love, and your person didn't either. And that's kind of where you guys aren't on the same page, because when it comes to the love, you know how to love, but you don't know how to tell that you're in love. So it's kind of like, what is a downfall for this, Spirit guys? What is a downfall for this? For Sagittarius, for the ones that are in love but they don't know how to love, it's kind of like it's not going to go in your way. It's not going to go the way you want it to go, because you got some type of control here. It's like things are going to fail. They're not going to work out the way you want them to, because it's kind of like this control that you have, or it's like you control the love that you give. It's like you control the love that you give, or you hold on to the love that you give, or you see the love, but you control. You have this strong protection or strength when it comes to love. So you are very strong in that aspect. That's your strongest love for you is the strongest power or trait you have. And so you know how to make people fall in love. You can control people's emotions. You can make them fall in love with you at love at first sight, because that's just some type of control you have. It is. You can. And you can control the way someone loves you, because you make people fall in love. It's just like they love this self-control or self-awareness that you have about yourself. Like, you can see love for what it is, and you can be in love, but it's like you still have this control. You still kind of like hold back. You still kind of like, you don't play all your cards. Not at all. You don't play all your cards. You don't show all your hands. If you understand me, not everybody's going to understand what I'm talking about, but only the ones that truly know is going to understand. So I can understand why things are not going the way you want them to go, because you have this control, and this control is what's stopping your relationships, from making you feel like people don't love you, because you don't know how to love. You don't know how to love. You don't know how to love. So it's like this control you have when it comes to the love aspect. Like, you see the love, but you don't realize that you're in love. Like, you don't know how to tell. And so it's kind of like things don't work out for you. You get into relationships where it's like you don't know why this person can't see things from your perspective, but it's like for some, this is not going to resonate for everybody. So I'm telling you right now, if it doesn't resonate with you, keep your bullshit comments to yourself, because I'm going to respond back and you're not going to like my response. So just avoid that at all costs, because I will literally go in, and you don't want me to do that. So I'm just saying, mind your business if this isn't going to resonate with you, or if this is an issue you have, because it sounds like a personal problem if it doesn't resonate with you. But don't project your anger onto me, because then I will have to, get vocal, and I don't want to do that. So it's like you have this control over love. Like when it comes to love in your life in general, it's kind of like you control the love that you give. And you are doing this unconsciously. I feel like you don't know that you do this when you're talking or when you're with other people. You don't know that you do this because you don't even know how to love. You know, you're aware of feelings. You are aware when you have feelings for somebody, but you don't know when you're in love. So say you thought that your person, let's use that as an example. Say you thought that your twin was the one you were in love with, but let me tell you something. What if that person was never your soulmate? What if your twin was never your twin because you never loved them? Because you didn't know how to love. You know that you have feelings. You're aware of your emotions. You're aware that you had emotions for this person. But how do you know you're in love with them? How do you know that this person can make you fall in love and you pretty much... I'm saying this because it's obvious there's something about you that played a role in this separation or this situation being unrequited, because you both had issues with expressing how you felt about each other. So you didn't communicate your feelings. You knew you had them, but you didn't communicate them, and that's why it did not succeed, or it did not go the way you wanted it to go, because you know you have feelings, but you don't know how to love. And that's me. That's me 100%. I'm aware of my feelings, but I don't know if I love this person or not. Like, I used to think I was in love, and then I'm like, is that even how love feels? Like, what does love feel like? I've never been in love. It's a feeling you can't describe. It's a feeling you can't describe. So you can't describe what you're feeling because you're aware of them. So because love is something you can't describe what you're feeling, how do you know you're in love if you can't describe it? Right? You gotta ask yourself these questions and look at things from a different perspective, because there's deeper issues with what you do. And let me tell you something, my readings is kind of like, when I do them, I mentioned a lot of this stuff last year. I've been doing readings since December of last year, so it's going to be almost a year, 2 years now. Finna be a year. You gotta understand that my readings are like, they go back and my spirit guides look at small ass situations that you've been through. And I'm talking about, let me bring up a prime example. So when I was with my person, I realized a lot that I did not bring up my emotions. I never communicated feelings. I never expressed them. I never made it seem like, sometimes I would, but not all the time. Like, he never knew how I felt. Like, he always felt confused by me, and I did as well. So we kind of bumped heads, and we had to use our friends to talk for us because we wasn't talking for ourselves. So it's kind of like we didn't really get to tell how we felt about each other. He never lied about how he felt about me. He just never told me. So it's not like he was going to sit there and lie about if he liked me. He wasn't going to sit there and lie about not liking me. If he liked me, he would have told me. If he didn't like me, he would have told me. He never told me. But he also never mentioned emotions. He never tried to manipulate me emotionally. It was never that. But somehow, he brought up those emotions in me. Let me tell you something. When me and my person was talking, we were so caught up in the moment that we never focused on love, because I felt like it would have ruined the moment, because if I just brought up, why don't you love me and stuff like that, it kind of would have just been like, what are you doing? Like, I just wanted to vibe. Really, you just gotta vibe. Don't push love on other people. If they're not in love with you, you need to accept that. Stop trying to force people to love you or change the way they feel about you. They're gonna love who they want to love, and you shouldn't be selfish enough to stop somebody from going towards who they really love. It's just selfish to me. It's not smart. There's a million people in the world. Why would you stop one person from being with somebody they're in love with? Even if you feel like that person isn't gonna be the perfect person for them, you still let them love that person. You don't stop them from loving who they love, because that's just fucking You know, that's fucked up. That's a fucked up thing to do. I'm not going to sit there and sugarcoat it. It's a fucked up thing to do. So when you see that somebody doesn't love you and you love this person, you have to accept those feelings and move on. You know? It's going to be hard. I'm not telling you to do it the same day because it's not going to happen that way. Of course not. But you do understand this, right? You understand what I'm saying. You understand that not everybody's going to love you. And you have to accept that. You have to accept that sometimes the person you love is in love with somebody else. Right? Yes. And even if you have feelings for them, you just have feelings. How do you know you're in love if you don't know how to love? How do you know what love really feels like if you've never truly been in love, but you felt the feelings of love? So, it looks to me like there's just this self-control you have when it comes to love, to where it's like you worry about being controlled a lot in relationships, and that's kind of why you hold back and you don't give people your attention, because it's like you value your freedom a lot. You actually, and I know this is hypocritical, but you like to control people, and I'm not meaning in a bad way. Like, you don't trip off of them going out and doing none of those things. Just be honest with you, honestly. All they need to do is be loyal and honest to you, and you'll be fine. But it's like you have this type of control or hold on your emotions when it comes to love, to where it's like you see it, but you don't know that you're in love. It's like it's confusing to you. One minute you know, the next minute you don't. It's like, am I in love, or did I think I was in love, or is this lust? What is this? You know, like you're starting to ask yourself those questions because you had to see it. You had to see it. So it looks to me like a situation didn't work out for you because you didn't show that love. You didn't show that. You didn't. You knew that you were in love with this person. You tried to tell this person a lot, to be loyal. You were going to be there for them. I see a lot in the comments, you guys telling me all the time, I've always been there for my person. I've always loved my person. I've always been there to help him. I told him who these people were to him in his life. I tried to make him better. I was loyal to him. I truly tried to show him that I was there. But go back and think about all the times you were with your person. Did you really show them that love and affection? Because you wanted them to show it to you, right? So you controlled the love that you showed to this person because they held back the love that they showed to you, which was really why you should have both showed love. If this person is showing you love and they do it in a different way, you got to understand somebody's love language, because everybody's not going to have the same love language as you. So you may have missed out on this person trying to show you love because it wasn't the love language that you're used to. No. My person's love language, not at all. It's actually very interesting. You know? I was confused by it, but I'm like, if you're trying to show affection, then I have no choice but to let you do that, because you don't do that. So I didn't judge the way he showed love, you know, the way his affection is being shown, because everybody doesn't show love the same way. So you may have missed out on this person showing you love because you mistook it for this person not caring about you or not feeling the same way about you. Let me tell you something. You may be in love but not aware of your emotions. Let me skip that. You're aware of your emotions and you may be in love, but you don't know how to love. So because you don't know how to love, how do you know what to do when you're in a relationship with this person? If you don't know how to love, you just know how to be aware of your emotions and kind of operate off your emotions, right? You got to really know what it feels like and what love is and what it means to be in love. And you have to know how to love. You have to know. And so if you don't know how to love, how did you know how to love yourself? You were aware that you loved yourself, but how did you know that you loved yourself? Because you started to dress up for yourself. You started to skip out on people that didn't have good intentions for you. You started to put all the energy you put into others back into yourself, and you became stingy with yourself. That's how you knew you loved yourself, because you put into yourself, because you build yourself up, because you stood in a mirror and gassed yourself up. You kind of called yourself a goddess. You told yourself you were beautiful, you were hot, you were gorgeous. You literally obsessed with yourself, right? That's how you show yourself love. How do you think you show a person love? By not showing them, by giving them shit, but showing them your emotional side. By showing them, being very expressive with your emotions. You could have said, like, your person is somebody. Let me tell you, let me describe it though. Show me your person's energy. Spirit guys, show me Sagittarius' person's energy so we can get in on your person too. Show me his energy. Show me this person's energy. Because everybody tend to always say, like, you always trying to, listen, I don't know, it's just, show me this masculine's energy. How is this person, like, how is this masculine energy, spirit guides, how is this masculine energy, or feminine, whoever this masculine is, how were they like when they were dealing with Sagittarius? Okay, so some of them were in relationships, they were already married, they were already together with other people, kind of why your situation didn't work out either. There was just a hold on this situation, and it kind of confused you a lot as well, because you were blindsided by this. So this person could have lied about having a family and things like that and stuff like that, you know, lied about being with somebody, but this person was pretty much hurt in that relationship. And what do you do when you're hurt? You try to go out and fill that void, right? Yeah. So this person tried to go out and fill that void, but let me tell you, the difference is you tend to blame your masculine way too much, and let me tell you why. Listen, you guys, I'm tired of saying this because I always have to say it, and people come at me for saying it too, but like I said, I'm going to speak my mind, and I'm tired of just speaking for the feminines at this point, because it's not just y'all. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't like my bluntness, or if you don't like the way I say things, you can exit right now, because what I'm about to say is about to piss some people off, and I don't care. You need to stop. Feminines, females. Let me tell you something. You cannot keep blaming your person for the way that things went, because you play a part in that too. You cannot keep blaming them. You knew how they were when you first met them, did you not? You continued to deal with them after you knew how they were, did you not? So what you expected to happen with that person, you already seen it coming, because you continued to deal with them, right? Instead of, even if we didn't have self-worth, we knew right from wrong because our parents told us, right? Once we seen a red flag, we should have turned away, and what did? We kept on talking to them. So whatever happens from that point on, you can't get mad at your person for doing it. Like, yeah, they shouldn't have did it, and if they were awakened just as much as you were awakened, they would have known. Let me tell you something. You are very sweet, loving, caring. You cannot change that about yourself as a person. No, you can't. You can't take that away from you. Your love, your compassion, none of that. No, you can't take that away from you as a person. But you have to understand, when you met this person, you already knew this person was flighty, attractive, quick-witted, moved fast, way faster than you were, and they were not in their emotions. This is somebody that was very passionate about you, very passionate, was very quick to hop on something. But let me tell you something. You didn't even know. You didn't start to know until months later that this person was juggling you, because your intuition, you weren't listening to your intuition, right? You wasn't listening, because if you were listening, you would have known. You would have kept things quiet. You would have already knew that this person was doing these things, but you weren't listening. A lot of things were being revealed to you. People were telling you things about this person, and it's like, well, yeah, I know your secrets now. So now I have to consider whether or not I want to be with you now. And you kind of like, you weren't growing. You kind of had issues with yourself. You was not growing as a person. You weren't growing because you had issues within yourself. You had a lot of stress, anxiety. Some of you guys were infertile, and you were dealing with infertility, and I kind of like, you know, really pushed you away from the world because you couldn't stop thinking about that. That kind of like almost nearly killed you. Like, you know, you were having a hard time with that part. The feminine sis dealing with this, you really went through a hard time with infidelity, you know. But I'm also saying there was a period where we just wasn't growing in our life because we were juggling a lot. We weren't considering a lot, you know. Life before this person, we had a good life, but we weren't growing. We wasn't elevating. We wasn't evolving into our true potential, you know. So we were unawakened. And don't forget that. We were. So let me tell you something. Look at this. King of Cups. So there's no love in either one of y'all cups. You know you're in love. You know you have love. But you don't know. How do you know you love somebody? How do you know you're in love with somebody? Neither one of you guys knew that because you didn't express it to each other. You didn't know how each other felt. These are two people that don't know how their person felt. If your person has never told you, or you have never told this person, this is for you. You've never knew how your person felt. No, not at all. So let me tell you something. They were already married, they already had children, they already had a family. This person was confused. So they're in the energy of being hurt. So 2 + 3 is 5. Mind games. Mind games. They're already hurt. They don't want to be there. They're being destroyed or broken down in their family. So when they meet you, they're not looking for love. They were not looking for love at all. And maybe you were already connected to your emotions. So you were going to have that emotional connection to this person anyways. And you may have felt like because it was the lust that it was love. And maybe it was just lust and it wasn't love. You had to control yourself after a while. Like, you felt like it was love at first sight, but you never felt this way about somebody, or you cried a lot. You had to really control yourself emotionally, like, with this person, because they became out of control. And that's when you started to hold back, and you started to see the detachment. Like, you started to see reality. After 5 months, 6 months, 7 months of dealing with this person, you started to see reality, and you started to see this person's true colors. You started to see your true colors, your feelings, your emotions. You started to see, because at first you wasn't seeing it. You were stuck. Things were not going your way. You were not gaining victory over this person simply because you wasn't given the attention. You wasn't given attention. You wasn't getting the right attention, especially not from this person. You did not get the right attention from this person because this was somebody that was already a player. Okay. So I didn't know. So what is the 4 of Pentacles? So you started to hold back. You started to feel alone, or you started to feel like this person ghosted you because you were so used to this person giving to you, right? Even if that was just y'all being together, going out and hanging out, going on dates and stuff like that, like just giving their time to you or paying attention to you. You know, maybe you like the attention from this person, but then you realized it wasn't the attention you liked, and you started to pull back once you realized this person had a relationship, that they confused you, that you were hurt, that you were broken, and that this person is a player, and this person didn't care, and this person was reckless. So you avoided all of that in the beginning. And then once you start to wake up, this person does something to trigger your awakening, you start to blame them. That's not taking accountability. But you want them to take accountability, right? Oh, yeah, things were over because they started to get out of hand, and this was your karma. So they started to get out of hand and things like that, and you started to get very bored, and you just couldn't trust this person anymore after a while. You were starting to break down and decompose here. So you had to end things because you were stuck in this angry ass energy, vengeful ass energy, regretful, resentment ass energy. And you had to focus on yourself. You know, things didn't work out because you didn't take the time to get to know this person. And be friends with this person first. Like, you had feelings for this person, but you should have been friends with them first before you decided to take it to another level. You should have held back sexually, all of those things, and you should have really gave it time and got to know this person, and you should have had more control over your feelings. Yes, your spirit guides want you to know you should have learned a lot more about this person. You should have did a lot of research more about this person before you just jumped into this situation. You should have learned a lot, or talked to this person, or, you know, just communicated with them first, just to see how this person would be. Like, if this person didn't like text you back, or you didn't see the things you wanted to see, or if this person couldn't see things from your perspective, then you were supposed to detach your emotions and not give to the situation anymore. Unfortunately, you know, this person had some type of control over your emotions after that. So at that point now, and let's not forget they're still in that manipulative energy, because they're not awakened either. So they have control over your emotions now, and you see that. And so anything you try to do with this person is not going to work out, because they know how you feel now. And let's not forget, you didn't know anything about this person, so you're just giving this person the control to ghost you anytime because they're aware of your emotions. No, you're supposed to be friends with them and learn about them, and not just hop into situations. You know that. We kind of like just hopped into the situation thinking it'll work out, and you didn't realize, you didn't take the time out to see the potential dangers of this situation. It's like a lot of crows were around you. If you've seen a lot of crows around this time, they were like your confirmation. It's kind of like they were warning you of this person's dark energy at the time, or they were warning you before you just jumped into the situation. You were going to get yourself stuck, because you already dealing with somebody that's not really reciprocating the energy for you, but you have feelings for them, or you think you love them. And so it got you stuck, and it brought you a lot of pain, because you allowed this person to love bomb you, charm you up, confuse you. So this person, after a while, they knew how to mess around with your emotions. So this is a charmer. This is somebody that's going to charm you up very well. They know how to charm somebody up. They know how to lie about their feelings. But it was a potential danger. This love was way too dangerous, because it just happened way too fast. It's like you just jumped into it. Like, what happened to being friends first? What happened to getting to know someone? You just jumped into it. You turned your back on your own happiness because you figured it was love and that this person can make you happy. And you couldn't rely on a person to make you happy. You got burnt out from this person being very detached or not expressing their emotions. As you started to heal, you started to realize that this person was not reciprocating the energy that you were giving. And that's when you started to get burnt out from this situation, and you decided to stop giving to this person sexually. You decided to hold back. You decided to really realize that this is not a situation you're going to approve with, or you knew that, you know, you had to avoid this situation now, right? Yes, mentally you were already moving on. And so you moved on. You still looked back, but you moved on, because at one point you were fighting for this and not really seeing your full potential or seeing your worth or your value. You know, you were stuck because it happened. This whole situation happened way too fast. It was not like, I can't explain it, because we all went through it. You know, I don't want to keep bringing up that time. You were just unfocused. You know, we were focusing on this situation, but our energy was all over the place. It was just too scattered. Like, you know, I feel like we just loved the attention that this person gave us, not knowing that it wasn't genuine intentions. Like, you know, this person gives attention to everybody. It just charms up everybody. So why feel special? You just had love, or felt like you were in love at this point, to where it's like you let go of all the things that this person did to you before, because they had control over the love. So they knew how to lie to you. It seems to me like now you've gained a lot of wisdom being alone. You've gained a lot of smarts being alone. You've took some time out to explore yourself a lot. You've healed. You've changed. You're not the same person you used to be. you sit there and take time now. It's like when it comes to relationships, you learn a lot more about people before you just jump into situations. You want to be clear about these people before you decide to be in situations, because you've already went through that with somebody that was a tyrant in your life, with somebody that was very disrespectful, abusive to you, narcissistic. For some of you, you were dealing with narcissists. For some of you, you were just dealing with somebody that wasn't ready to grow up or be a man. They had no growth. So it's kind of like you realize that this person was really not worth it. And it's kind of like you grew while, unfortunately, you healed while this person was still being very immature, still being a player. But you see how this person allowed you to grow. You see how they allowed you to heal and shape into who you are now, just by them not pursuing you or being loyal to you or committed to you like they should have. You see how that situation has affected you in the long run now. You see how you got to take some time out for yourself and learn people before you just jump into situations to avoid all of this. What's the outcome? And now that you now know how to be fair and balanced and reciprocate energy. You know to do the right thing. You know to control the emotions you give. You know, you got your emotions on lock now. So when it comes to this person, they're kind of gonna have issues because you're not that Queen of Cups anymore. So they can't just play with your emotions because you're smart. You don't show them anymore. So when they come in, they have to learn you. They can't use love. When they come in, they can't communicate love. They can't gaslight you. They can't manipulate you. They can't do none of that. They have to learn you. They have to be able to see things from your perspective to even be with you, because you're not who you used to be. That part of you is gone, and it died a year ago. So if this person can't see that they hurt you or the pain that this person caused on you, it's because this person is still detached and still in that energy and still not able to be in love or still not able to give love. This person is just not. You're just going to have to walk away from somebody that can't love you the way they should. No. Okay. They have to be able to see that they've caused you all this pain throughout that whole year or 2 years, however long you was with this person. They have to be able to see things from your perspective. And they have to be able to see that they've caused you all that pain. And this is why you're the way you are now. Because they caused it. So you don't have to keep blaming them. You don't have to keep accusing them. You don't have to keep on beating them up about it. You don't have to keep pointing the fingers at them. Because once they see that they've done this to you, you're changing the game. Don't tell nobody they hurt you. If they can't see that they hurt you, they were never there to love you. Don't tell this person how they didn't care about you, how they don't love you, how they don't want to be with you, how they lied to you. It doesn't fucking matter. Because if they can't see how they hurt you, you don't need them. A man knows that they'll hurting the woman that they love. If this person didn't hurt knowing that they hurt you, they don't fucking love you. Now I'm just saying. Give me one card for Sagittarius. Balance. Take time to relax, indulge a little more or less, and set boundaries with your work. So your spirit guides want you to balance yourself. Take some time out for yourself. Take some time to relax. You know, you're going through a rebirth. Reinvent yourself. Give life to your dreams and create a new reality. You know? You're going through a lot of changes. You got a lot of prosperity coming your way. You got a lot of rebirths coming in and things like that. So you got to balance yourself out because you got a lot of major changes coming your way. A lot of different blessings coming your way. And this is only the beginning. So if they can't see that they hurt you, they don't love you, right? Let's get some more on this energy because I'm liking this energy right here. What is this energy? The Hangman with the Ten of Swords. If they can't punish themselves knowing that they hurt you, and I mean they caused you pain, this was a huge betrayal, then they don't care. How does this person, because it wouldn't come up, they're seeing things, they see that they hurt you, so let's see what's going on with those two cards. This person is choosing to stay stuck in their head. They're stressed out a lot. They think about a lot mentally. They actually think about the fact that they hurt you. So, they're choosing to constantly stay stuck on this pain because they're going within. They're being healed. They're being balanced. They're taking the time out to isolate themselves and see the snakes in their grass, right? And they're realizing out of everybody that they've dealt with, out of everybody they dealt with, you were the only one that was fair to them, and they couldn't see that. Why? Because they were in an energy of being flighty, of not wanting to see that, of not being emotionally available. You know? They weren't there. So now that they are having to see this, or now that they are focusing, or they have to remain their focus, they're seeing why a lot of people have left them, why they have been left, why things aren't working out for them. And it's all because of this snake right here. Wow. You already know all of this, but it's all because of this snake right here. Let's see, one card, last card. Who's this snake? This snake is the one that they gave all their attention to. Oh. The snake is the one that they gave all their attention to. This one that used money to lure them in, or this person that they was already with, false women and things like that. They were lured in with temptation by somebody that was very jealous and vengeful and abusive, and pretty much they were lured in the way you were lured in by this person. You see how karma works? And that's why you don't keep blaming this person, and you accept your karma and you accept your things, and you only do what's fair to you and do right by the universe. And the universe will do right by you 10 times more. So don't worry about it. Your person, they've been through their karma. They've experienced the same thing you've experienced. You just got to see it like that and stop focusing so much on the pain. Why are you focusing on the pain if you've grown from that pain? At this point, you just want to belittle them at this point, or not belittle them, but bring them down or make them feel better than what they already feel. Because if you already healed, if you already been through that, the things that they did to you shouldn't affect you the way it affects you anymore. My person has did a lot, and I mean a lot, and I mean a whole lot. I'm not going to sit there and let that dictate my life, because we're young. We're going to make a lot of mistakes, but you got to learn from them. You got to understand that those mistakes were reasons, and it happened for a reason. So why constantly, I communicate how he hurt me to my friends. I explain it. I cry about it sometimes. But that's natural. Now, I tell them all the time, I just want him to be happy. No hard feelings. Just be happy, and I'll be happy. You know, because I always wanted the best for him. And that's how you know you love somebody enough to let them go. Remember that. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I hope this gave you guys clarity. And I'll see you guys later. Have a good day. Bye.